Hey guys, so excuse the hair, but today is wash day for me, and I thought I'd come on and show you guys how I pre-poo and detangle my hair. So usually I do this about once a week, but I kind of pushed it and I haven't washed my hair for like 9 or 10 days. So my scalp is dry, my hair is pretty tangled, but you know what? I figured this is the best way to show you guys how to get your hair tangle free and just what my process is. So let's get started. So first, what we're gonna do is we're gonna remove any rings. So I've got my engagement and wedding ring, and hair just tends to snag on this all the time. So whenever I'm doing my hair, I take them off. Next, we're going to go ahead and file down any snags that you have, or well, I have, on my nails. So I just take my nail file. I've got a few just like uneven places where hair can go ahead and just catch. And you never want to see your hair break because of that, you know? So it's better to just take care of it now. Okay, so now we're ready to get to the hair. Now my hair is sectioned into 5 sections. So I usually work in 4 to 6 sections, just depending on how I feel. Now, first off, I use these little clips. I'm just gonna take this one off that I got at the beauty supply store because it just works better. It puts less tension on my hair than just like winding it super tight, you know? And that way, if I don't already have them twisted up, I can work in untwisted sections, but I'll just show you guys what I do right here. So here I'm just gently taking apart the first section. Okay, so the first thing I do is I go ahead and I take my amla oil. I just got this from Sally's. Amla oil is really, really good for conditioning your scalp and also the hair. It's not really a detangling oil, so I don't really use it for my hair. But on your scalp, it nourishes your scalp. It prevents you know, premature gray hairs, and it's also been used in Indian culture for a long time. So I just love it, and it smells really good. So I just apply a little to my fingers, and then I go in from both sides, and I just massage my scalp. This is really good for when your scalp is super dry, and you know, right now I'm at the point where I'm seeing some flakes, which is shame on me, you know. If you need to go in more with some, by all means do so. Now this is going to be so good because if you do shampoo your hair, which is what I do, I don't co-wash, this is going to be nice because it's not going to leave your hair your scalp super dry after you shampoo because you'll already have that amla oil worked in. Okay, so now that the scalp is done, I'm going to take my bottle of rose water. Now if you've seen my video about this, about reducing split ends, you know that I love rose water. It's just also, I mean, it has a great scent, but it really works on like just melting, you know, all the tangles in your hair. And I've really seen a difference in the health of my hair since I've been using this, so versus regular water. So I'm just gonna spritz this on. I just want this to be damp. I don't want to fully saturate my hair so that it's like soaking wet, because when hair is soaking wet, that's when it's at its weakest point. So if you try to detangle on soaking wet hair, you're gonna see a lot of breakage. So while my hair is wet here, I'm going to take my oil mix. I have a video already showing how I made the oil mix, so I'll just link it above somewhere. I'm going to take that on my palms. This has a bunch of really good oils. I believe about like 9 or 10 of them. So I'm mainly focusing on the ends because my ends are the weakest part of my hair and where I see the most tangles. So I'm just coating it on there real nice. Okay. Get those ends. And now I'm going to just section apart on the bottom, and then I'm going to work through detangling that. So I'm just going to section this other part right here, get my little clip it off to the side, and now is the fun fun part. So I'm just taking one section at a time. Sometimes what I like to do is, if it's particularly bad, I just get some oil on my fingers so that I can get more slip. And then I just work on breaking apart each section. So, I mean, this is tedious, but you know, I've noticed that for me to see healthier hair, it's really important not to skip this part. Now, if you're lazy, it's really easy to just want to skip it. But I noticed that I see more breakage. You know, I shed a lot unnecessarily in the shower if I don't detangle. And it's just not fun to see your hair breaking. So yeah, this is basically it. I just do this around all of my hair. So I like to start like about mid-shaft and just kind of like spread them all the way down, because if I just try from the bottom, I find that I spend like hours trying to take out those knots, where it just melts apart a lot easier when I start from the middle of the shaft. Okay, so once this bottom part is all worked through and I've removed the shed hairs, now since my hair is pretty healthy, I'm not seeing, you know, any breakage or anything like that, and my ends are pretty healthy. What I do, now I want to say that if you experience breakage a lot already, like maybe you're transitioning, this next step is optional and maybe you shouldn't do this step. But because my hair is thriving, what I like to do is, this might be a shocker to you guys, I have this wooden paddle brush. Now, wooden brushes are really, really great because surprisingly, they don't rip through your hair and tear out, you know, hairs that are still growing. What they do is they remove the shed hairs. So sometimes, you know, you can't get everything through just finger detangling. And I've learned that when I do that, you know, I just constantly am pulling out hairs in the shower. So what I do is, now that I've detangled this, I just go through at the ends, and then I start very, very gently. And I'm going to show you guys how much hair comes out when I'm done brushing. And there are so few hairs that actually came out. I have to like really dig for them in here. So, I mean, that's about it. That's the amount of hair that came out. Just this tiny little amount. So you can see that, yeah, it's really agreeing with my hair. So I suggest that you guys definitely look into wooden brushes because they're worth it. They're not cheap. I'll just say that right now. Sometimes you can find them at discount stores like Marshall's or something. I found this one at Whole Foods, but probably the best place for a deal to go to is just online, you know. Yeah, and then I'll see, actually check the description box because I'll see if I can find some really great finds. I know that there are some awesome Italian wooden brushes that you can get from their website or something. So I'll look, and if I can find some, I'll link them down below. Okay, so again, just to show you guys, first step, finger detangling, gently going through, pulling out those shed hairs. What I like to do is I start about either towards the root or about the midsection and just kind of, you know, gently pull the hairs apart. When you encounter a tangle, that's when you just stop everything and work on it. And because I've been active, you know, I feel like when you're sweating and, you know, constantly putting your hair in a bun or in some kind of form of protective styling, it just is kind of hard and creates a lot of tangles on the hair. Usually I shed a lot. And that's just because I have a lot of hair. That's just how my body is. But I've seen a lot less since I incorporated T-rinsing. So you guys might want to check that video out. I'll put that up here somewhere. So again, now I'm taking my wooden paddle brush. Don't use a regular paddle brush. And if you're transitioning, skip this step. Just use finger detangling. So I'm gently brushing through the ends. You always want to start from the ends and then go up to the roots. Now the goal here is not to have the brush slide through like, you know, completely tangle free. Or at least I don't do that because ain't nobody got time for that. I just want to pretty much get the majority of the tangles out. And if there's something that I missed, then in the shower is when, you know, I'll really go through it with the running water. So this is what my hair looks like when it's all done. It's super big, but fully detangled. This process takes me like an hour. It's probably what I hate the most, but know that I need. So I hope you guys found this helpful. Let me know if you have any questions down below. And don't forget to subscribe if you aren't a Subbie already. See you guys next time. You deserve it. You know you deserve